Yo, it's skullcrashingfinale here. Subscribe up there, like down there, comment down there. I'm always interested in what you got to say. This is basically going to be my dream pay-per-view calendar, and I'm being realistic here, and this is the way I think they could sort out their pay-per-view buys. So I'm going to start from after WrestleMania. So in May, I will have Backlash. Now, this is a good name, and the Backlash is like the Backlash, the Backlash from WrestleMania, the rematches from WrestleMania. It works well. It was a good name, and I reckon it probably sold quite a lot of buys. And I liked the name, and there were some really good matches at Backlash. I think they should just bring that back. It's pretty obvious. Okay. In June, instead of having Extreme Rules, which Extreme Rules was in May, sorry, so it was over the limit. But no, not that. In June, I have No Mercy, and it will basically be Extreme Rules, but it could be called No Mercy, and instead of it being PG, it will be the only pay-per-view of the year, which will be TV 14. And if that happens, I reckon that could get a lot of buys, in my opinion. That pay-per-view, just have one pay-per-view that's TV 14. Blood, everything. People will buy that. Next one I have is on here, King of the Ring in July. I think this is a good way to build up to SummerSlam, because I think the winner of this should get a title shot at SummerSlam for whatever brand they're on. They can make this into some really big tournament, into a pay-per-view. It'll be much more prestigious, and along with the tournament they could have WWE title matches and World Heavyweight title. They can just have tournament and WWE title and World Heavyweight title, done with that, and that'd be fine. The main event could be the thing, and whoever wins gets the title shot. That's a good way to build up for SummerSlam. And if it looks stupid, they don't really need to keep the King gimmick. They don't need to be King Sheamus, because that really didn't work out. Yep, August, SummerSlam. There's not much I should need to say about this, why it's here. When you think of summer, you think of August. It's the party of the summer. It's got so much history. It's one of the big four. It's not going anywhere. Okay, next one. Now, I've got rid of quite a few pay-per-views here, and I think this needs to be done because the pay-per-view build-up hasn't been good around this area. I've got rid of Night of Champions, Hell in a Cell, Bragging Rights. And in the place, instead of having, there'll be no pay-per-view in September, and I think this needs to be done because they need to add a bit more prestige into Survivor Series, because it's one of the big four. The others don't need as much prestige because they've got that prestige still, but with a long build-up they could really build up some good feuds. And I think Survivor Series, I'm going to move it forward to October, which I reckon would be a better time. I know you'd probably say, oh, it's Thanksgiving tradition. Nah, doesn't matter. That has to be in October. Get more prestige in. build the teams up better. They can have Raw versus SmackDown stuff like bragging rights as one of the events, the 5-on-5 matches, and yeah. Next in November, I'd have Vengeance, but this Vengeance will be different because I think each year it should be in a different country. So for 1 year they could start it in Mexico, another they can have it here in the UK, then they can have it in. Could you imagine if they had it in China or something? I'd be mad. I would buy that just to see it. They could sell pay-per-view numbers for that, and the tickets will sell out there. But I know what you might be saying. Time difference. Now, pay-per-views, you really want to be live. Now, if it was to be here in Britain, say at 7:30, that would be Eastern Time in America, 2:30 p.m, which really won't sell very well. They could do it on a tape delay, or they could broadcast it later in that country. They do that with boxing, I think, quite a lot. They have fights quite late in the night. They could work it out. It would work out, and I think people would be interested to buy a pay-per-view if they knew it was in Japan or China. Just another side of the world. I would be interested in it, and I would definitely be interested to go to a pay-per-view, because you Americans and Canadians seem to be getting all of them. Next one. I really don't know why this went after 1 year, because this was one of my favourite pay-per-views. In December, giving it that slot, because it deserves it, is Breaking Point. Now this pay-per-view, if you go and watch it, 2009, there were some really good matches. The what's it called? The DX versus Legacy match. Submissions count anywhere. I really enjoyed Cena Orton, the I Quit match, and the Undertaker CM Punk match. The story was told well, and it was quite subtle how they did that. Another screw job in Montreal, of all places. But anyway, that's off the point. But this could definitely work out, especially now more than before, because you've got more submission wrestlers now. Not CM Punk, he was there before. Daniel Bryan, Del Rio, Orton starting to get submission moves. And what you could do, this is what I think. Submissions count. Could you imagine a submissions count anywhere match between? Trying to think of two people that are on the same brand. Say Punk turned face after that promo or something, because people are probably going to like him more now. Say he turned face Del Rio. That'd be a really good match, I think. Submissions count anywhere. Then they can have the people who don't have many submissions, like people like main eventers. I'm trying to think, like The Miz, and who else is on Raw? Rey Mysterio. Say they wanted to have that match for the WWE title, they could just have it in an I Quit match. That's still a submission match, kind of. That's how you solve that problem out. And submission wrestling I really enjoy. I think that would work out really well. Next match. No, not next match. Next pay-per-view, January. This is where it gets much easier. Royal Rumble. Simple. I think they should keep the 40-man thing this year. My opinion. I enjoyed it. Gets more people on the card. Yeah, that should stay there. Big Four. Simple as. February, No Way Out. Same thing as Elimination Chamber. Keep the Elimination Chamber format, and it's just a much better name. Whoever changed it was a bit idiotic. No Way Out. You can't get out of the chamber. It's pretty simple stuff. I don't know why they needed to call it Elimination Chamber. No Way Out sounds so much better. No Way Out. Just change the name. That's all it needs to be done to this. And I reckon now, No Mercy. I did say No Mercy, the only one to be TV14. That one priority to be TV14. But if they wanted to do two, this one would be the next. Because Elimination Chamber, you could see a lot of blood in there. And also it'd be great to have that in the build up to WrestleMania TV14 event. But they probably won't want that Elimination Chamber. But No Mercy, that's the priority, in my opinion. And WrestleMania in April. A month's break. Give it a big build up. TVPG. No arguments there. They need a lot of buys for this one. And this is the biggest event of the WWE calendar, and it's not going anywhere. I'm skullcrashingfinale. Subscribe up there, like down there, comment down there. I'm always interested in what you're going to say. Do your video responses, anything. Peace out.